Welcome back, folks. Welcome, welcome. How we doing? How we doing? What's up? I'm back just like I said I would be because I missed you, all of you. And I didn't forget Canada Dry this time. That's a big one. Hello, hello. How we doing? Come on, let's get living up in this chat. There we go. What's up, Blake, William? This is fun. We're back. Things are running a little bit better than yesterday, from what I can see. You guys didn't point it out, but I could tell. I was dropping frames like repeatedly. But you guys are awesome, so you didn't like trash me for it. Appreciate y'all. So you may have saw that clip. I don't know how well it turned out, but I've been watching a lot of film pretty much all day. What's up, Anthony, Joshua, Jack, Joe, BH journalist, my guy. Yeah, it's Trey Lance. Been watching a lot of Trey Lance film. I got news for you, folks. If the Rams are willing to, mortgage the house, it is not Trez. What's up, Days? If the Rams are willing to mortgage the house for a quarterback like Deshaun Watson, what if Exile? I think I'm probably gonna do it every single night, except for maybe Friday. Friday might be my night off, but I'm gonna do it every single night, I think. So what I was gonna say is, so if the Rams are willing to mortgage the house for one guy in Deshaun Watson, if they're even considering that, I thought to myself today, I was like, why are we not talking about the first round draft picks? Why are we not talking about a Trey Lance? Why are we not talking about Justin Fields? Why are we not talking about Zach Wilson? Trevor Lawrence, I pretty much guarantee he's going to be a Jaguar. So, my thing here is straight up. Explain this to me. How can the Rams not go after Trey Lance? If they feel like he's the guy, if they feel like they need a mobile quarterback, why not Trey Lance? Is my question. So it is time for quarterback talk. And I saw a lot of impressive tape on him. So I showed you a little highlight thing I clipped up, and it didn't turn out all that well, I don't think, to start off. But we'll go to the first one here. What you're going to see here is this is a guy that can run, but he can also throw the ball, and this is right in the face. I call it staring down the shotgun, staring down the barrel. Watch this. Gets hit, beautiful throw, accuracy is there. Now, let's look at this one. So we're going to see. I want you to look at this throw from the far hash. Look at that throw. Again, we'll go back. So this far hash throw, very, very impressive. You're going to see he's getting pressure in the face of pressure. He throws that thing down to the 10-yard line. Huge bucket throw near the sideline. Here's another one we'll do. This one shows the beast he is as a runner. Now watch Trey Lance here as a runner. He's going to get this thing, break through these two guys, and he's gone. He's going to stiff arm this guy. Sayonara. Touchdown. I liked it too. I'm not going to lie. And then the last one I think you guys saw to start. It wasn't my intention. I showed you the wrong clip, but it is what it is. I'm pretty new at this. Look at this play. Off script. Boom. Touchdown. Love it. So that's Trey Lance for you to just show you, a few things there. with, guys like Ritter going back to school, like someone mentioned, I just kind of felt like I really needed to start looking at all the quarterbacks. And so I started watching and I was not excited to say. Um and the reason for that is because I feel like this is a very top heavy draft. You guys already know my take on Kyle Trask. Um I hope he succeeds. I'm not going to root against him, but at the same time I'm not confident that he's going to. And then I just feel as though when you look at, say, like Mac Jones maybe 10 years ago was going to be a huge addition to an NFL team. Now you're leaning towards mobility and quarterbacks that can run. And for me, I just don't see enough of that from him. Plus, I question he's only thrown to elite talent. Now, I'll say this for people worried about Trey Lance and his level of competition, you saw those throws, you saw those plays. You want to tell me right now that Trey Lance can't make those plays against, actual competition? That bucket throw is huge. That would win in the NFL. That's a great throw from the far hash. That's a really hard throw to make from the far hash. He does a nice job. He has a nice blend of touch, but he also can throw with velocity. And I don't worry about his fastball getting there because I think he's got exactly what it takes. His velocity is great. He's got a rocket, in my opinion. Can throw it, on a frozen rope. But then when you see his ability off schedule, you see his ability, getting hit. You saw it. He ran those two guys over like they were nothing. I mean, this is the guy we need to talk about. We need to get the Rams fans talking about potentially trading up and getting Trey Lance. Because if you're willing to sacrifice capital for Deshaun Watson, hear me out when I say Trey Lance. If you go and get Trey Lance, what are you doing? Well, essentially, in order to get Trey Lance, you would have to trade Jared Goff. And you would have to use those pieces in order to move up and get Trey Lance. So here's the thing is that Trey Lance is a rookie. So a rookie deal, once again, goes back to the Rams. Where am I going with this? Well, if you're wondering why the Rams in 2018 were able to get guys like Ndamukong Suh, were able to get guys like Aqib Talib and Marcus Peters, the reason for that is very simple. They had a rookie contract at quarterback. It is the most expensive position in football, and they had a rookie contract. I mentioned this, and I've talked about before. Joe Curley, friend of mine, he used to be the co-host of the Downtown Rams podcast with me. He flat out said, he made the argument if Sean McVay's system is that legit, why not just draft a quarterback every 4 years or what have you, and get your rookie deal, and then you get a quarterback on a rookie deal, and you can get all those guys and build around your roster instead of paying a quarterback $35 million, which is what the Rams did. So I guess my point here in bringing up Trey Lance is that, look, you'd have to give up, picks and what have you. But if you get Trey Lance now, that's 4 rookie years plus, he'd obviously be a first rounder. So you have the 5th-year option. So that's 5 years with Trey Lance. And then maybe you move on. Maybe you pay him. Maybe he's the guy. Maybe he's not. But I can tell you right now, I think he would run Sean McVay's system as good as anybody. So that I'm just saying my piece on Trey Lance there. Interested to see your guys' take. There's a lot of comments per usual. So let's see what we got here. Also, I should probably send this to some. 1 second. That's weird. It's always weird to hear myself. Um, let's see what we got here. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Trey Lance, and there's other quarterbacks as well. Goff is the truth, Jake. Get on the Goff train along with me and Blaine G. Are you talking about Blaine Grisack? Because I can tell you right now, Blaine is far away from the Goff train. I'd keep Goff over Lance. I don't know, man. I'm telling you right now, Goff is not making the plays Lance made. And it's that simple. Those 4 plays that I showed you, Goff does not make any of those today. He's thrown that bucket throw from the far hash. He can do that. He just is very inconsistent with it. Dak Prescott, huh? Aaron Donald for fullback. um, yeah. Goff has the mobility of a 70-year-old man. I didn't say that. Someone commented that, which is really funny. We should stop worrying about the quarterback and start finding weapons around the team. I mean, I don't know if Goff is the answer. If he was the answer, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Obviously he's not the answer 100% because then Sean McVay wouldn't be, concerned. There wouldn't even be a rift. So that's my thing there on that. I love Watson. If the Rams can get Watson, I'm all for it. But here's the thing. I'm not convinced that Deshaun Watson is 100% going to be a Ram like a lot of people are. And you shouldn't be convinced he's 100% going to be a Ram because that's just not realistic. So the way I see it is that you have options. Obviously, going through, looking at the thumbnail I put up, you have Matthew Stafford, you have Trey Lance, you have Jared Goff, you have John Wolford, and you have Deshaun Watson. And there are other ones as well. Jacoby Brissett's an interesting one. Marcus Mariota, Jameis Winston, although I think he's going to stay in New Orleans. But I definitely have to point those out, is that I think those are your best options. So I think Trey Lance is also, because he didn't play this year, this is why I'm putting him in that category, because he only played one showcase game this season. I feel confident saying Trey Lance is probably the guy that's most likely if the Rams try to trade up and make something happen. Justin Fields is probably going in the top 3. Obviously Trevor Lawrence is going number 1. And then, you look at, like, say, Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson's probably going in the top 5. I mean, he arguably could have won the Heisman Trophy. So that's kind of where I'm at. I feel like Trey Lance is kind of the most obtainable because he only played one game this season. And he's a redshirt sophomore. So, I mean, it's not – there's some risk there. I'm not going to lie. But, Trey Lance's stats also – I'm not a big, college prospects based on stats and everything, but his stats are pretty incredible if you ask me. Up until the showcase game, I think he threw a pick in. Yeah, he threw a pick in. He had 28 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 2,786 yards, nearly a 67 completion percentage, along of an 88-yard pass, 180.6 passer rating. It's a little different in college. And he averaged 6.5 yards per carry, 14 touchdowns, and 1,100 rushing yards. That's over his season. That's including the postseason. Like, that was just last year alone. So he's somebody that changes the game essentially for you, in my opinion. But then you look at Matthew Stafford, and Stafford is, I really like Stafford. I've gone on record saying Stafford is Aaron Rodgers light, and I think that's fair to say. He makes a lot of those same throws that Mahomes makes, except he plays for the Lions. No one gives him the time of day. But he had a 5-year, $135 million contract extension in 2017 right before the season started. So his contract will expire in 2023. 2021, he's due. It's going to be a $19 million cap hit. So there is a potential out, though, and that would be that. This is the easiest way to get out of Stafford's contract if they want to do that. I'm not saying they should. I really like Matthew Stafford. But before this, the cap hits were 66, 75, 55, 40 million. So now it's down to 19. That might be doable. Now, again, I wouldn't be in a hurry to get rid of him, but if they are, it's definitely something, to consider, obviously for the Rams. I mean, I think the thing that worries me about Matthew Stafford replacing Jared Goff is that Matthew Stafford's more talented for sure, but Jared Goff is healthier and a lot healthier. Stafford has had issues. I mean, we were talking about his shoulder being a red flag from, the draft. So that's kind of where I'm at on that. I think that's an underrated thing to talk about. Um, we'll do a quick on Spotrac. We'll put together a trade here. Let's see what we get. So we have also calculated market values for Spotrac are up. If anyone's interested, Leonard Floyd, his calculated market value is $13 million per year. Ashawn Robinson's 10.9, John Johnson's 8.3, Gerald Everett 7.4. Just thought I'd bring that up. Let's see if we can get that. Of course, it's not working right now. Oh, Stafford's tough. I'm not saying he's not tough, and he plays through a ton of injuries, but I also don't want my quarterback to play through like a torn shoulder labrum. Trey Lance comes from a fourth-tier college. You can't look at anything he has done versus such less competition. Say it translates in any way to the NFL. Not a legit idea. Well, keep this in mind. People thought the same thing with Carson Wentz. And I'd argue Carson Wentz should have won the MVP in 2017. He tears his ACL against the Rams. He had a good year in 2018. He's had all sorts of issues. And then, the likely culprit is the fact that, one, Frank Reich left the Eagles, and he was actually the guy all along that was, responsible for it. And two, the offensive line could not stay healthy. So he was playing behind like all sorts of issues with the offensive line. So what are we saying no to? 20%, 50%? What are the odds we get a different quarterback this year? Oh, I just saw that. I'll go as high as 65%. If it was below 50, I wouldn't make a video. I mean, I'd still do a live stream, but I wouldn't call it this. I don't want to weigh level of comp as much as the guy, but I do think it should be in consideration. It's in consideration, but again, let's just go back. Let's look at that one throw that he had. Is this the one? No, that's not it. Yeah. This isn't a level of competition thing. I mean, you either hit that throw or you don't. And the fact that he can throw that, I mean, plus, I mean, once again, let's go back to what he can do as a runner. This isn't level of competition here. What you're going to see is straight up. I mean, he's going to run right through these two guys. You could say poor tackling, but what about this stiff arm here? See, he looks like Cam Newton in a sense. But I think he plays better than Cam Newton, to be honest with you. I trust him more. Cam Newton with touch. Yeah, I'm at 65%. I was at like 45 not long ago, but I could see it. Okay, so I'm not looking at like okay, so here's the thing. Keep this in mind. North Dakota State has put in two quarterbacks in the league pretty recently in Carson Wentz and Easton Stick. I get Easton Stick hasn't done anything, but hear me out when I say this. I'm willing to die on this hill. I think Trey Lance, excuse me, I'm losing my voice, and I have the Canada Dry. So, like, what's going on? I guess it's doing all the live streams every day. One man can only do so much. Anyway, hear me out when I say this. Trey Lance can be the best quarterback in this draft. I absolutely think he can. I think he can be better than Lawrence. I really do. And I don't, the only reason he's not getting an opportunity to be talked about in that light is because he simply played one game. And to be honest with you, I think at times he's limited by this offense because this offense at North Dakota State played around his strengths, but they acted as if they needed to do design quarterback runs. Like this guy can't figure it out on his own. I like the design quarterback runs at times, but I just feel like he's so much better when he decides to take off. Yeah, I'm gonna have Canada Dry like strapped to my legs and just pull it out like, holsters and everything. The unofficial sponsor of this live stream. I also decided, and I don't even think, to be honest with you, I don't even think the monthly subs are working. I'm just gonna say that right now. I don't think that's correct at all. But what I will say is that, and the latest subscriber one isn't correct, but I wanted to put the last person that donated, Brandon Barnes, up there because I appreciated it. I tried to put everybody, but like it wouldn't fit. It would take up like the whole thing. So if you don't see your name up there, it's not that I don't appreciate you. Um, it's that I ran out of room. So, but yeah, I don't think any of those work. Oh well. Um. Okay, so let's see. Come on, Jake. Wentz blows. I mean, now Wentz is injury prone and all that, but I don't think Wentz is as bad as people say. I'm not that high on Kellen Mond. What's up, Brandon Barnes? How we doing? Your name's up there, by the way. I don't know if you can see that, but y'all impatient. Give Goff another chance. I'm not okay. So I'm not necessarily saying that the Rams should get rid of Goff. I'm only saying I'd get rid of him to upgrade. So if you're upgrading, one, Deshaun Watson, two, Matthew Stafford, although there's an argument there with the injuries. Three, I think Trey Lance is an upgrade. Is Trey Lance more experienced than Goff? No. Is he potentially better than Goff? I honestly think so. And is he better for this offense? Absolutely. I totally would believe that Trey Lance could go in there and he'd be able to run the offense like Wolford did. And here's the thing. Keep this in mind, folks. Let's go back and watch the play again. So he's in the shotgun there. And you're going to, again, I love this play. So he's in the shotgun there. Now look at this play, shotgun. This play, shotgun. So you're like, okay. And then, oh, never mind. I don't have the play. That's funny. Yeah, what I was gonna say, what I was gonna point to, is the fact that at the end of the day, this is somebody that isn't just a shotgun quarterback. He's not just a triple option guy from college. This is somebody that actually worked, you know, under center, and that's what I really like. There was a lot of single back sets. There was a lot of I formations. There was a lot of shotgun formation. You had read options. You had all sorts of stuff. At the end of the day, I feel like I trust this guy to be a leader and lead my team. 28 touchdowns, 0 interceptions is great, but I mean, the film speaks for itself, and I think he shows a lot on film. His velocity is great. His mobility is great. The subtle movement in the pocket, the fact that he's like damn near fearless. Yeah, I would absolutely, um, you know, I would absolutely bang the table for him. And so, but yeah, going back to the point, I don't think Jared Goff deserves. I don't think he deserves to just be trashed. Like I don't think like he played well at the not well, but I thought he settled down and played well enough to potentially win that game if they had a defense against Green Bay. So I'm not saying dump Goff. I'm not saying that at all. But what I am saying is if you can upgrade the quarterback position, Jared Goff's 20 touchdowns and 13 receptions and 39 turnovers over the last 2 years isn't enough for me to say, I don't know, maybe we're making a mistake because I don't know if you are. Oh my God. So that's where I'm at on that. Personally, and I've said this before, I'll say it again on here. John Wolford, and hear me out when I say this, John Wolford could literally start all 16, actually, it's 17 next year, 17 games next year, and they could win 10 or 11 games. And I would not be shocked. Not even a little bit. I think Goff would be a perfect fit with New England and Indy. I think Indianapolis would be a good fit for him as well. Yeah, I mean, honestly, if you can't, oh, appreciate that, CJ. Thanks for donating. I don't know why it's not updating. Um, hmm. Let's see if I can get this. Okay. Oh, there it is. Boom. There we go. Appreciate you, CJ. Um, okay. So I'm gonna say this: if you aren't a fan of moving on from Jared Goff for a guy that's injury prone and is 33 years old, I'm not going to like. I don't think you're wrong to think that. If you're a fan of going out and getting Stafford, I'm not going to think you're wrong for that. What I can't see is anybody in the draft taking over for Goff or Wolford that isn't the top four that I mentioned consistently. If it's not one of those top four quarterbacks, you are not going to. I'm sorry, but at the end of the day, you're just not going to. You're not going to get a starter out of this draft. It's the top four, and then the next, I think Mac Jones maybe could be a starter. I don't really particularly think Kyle Trask is all that. Jamie Newman, I saw some things, but at the end of the day, I see a guy that, really didn't have a ton of pressure put on him. The offensive line was pretty damn near perfect, and I've only seen a little bit, don't get me wrong, but I've seen like people mention like Felipe Franks, and it's like I just think when you get to that, you're in developmental range, which again, I never want to give up on a player. I always like the idea of developmental or starters in waiting. But I can't justify, grabbing a Kyle Trask and saying, go out there and be our starting quarterback and then trading Goff. I would never do that. I would go and get Lance. I would go and get Fields. I would go and get Wilson. I would go and get Lawrence. But I would get those guys, and there's no way I'm going to go after a second round quarterback that shouldn't even be second round. Because if you look at last year, to me, Kyle Trask and Mac Jones, I don't even know if they make the top 10 of my quarterbacks. So it's a down year. It really is. Let's see. Les Snead works magic, so let's see, bro. Start compiling picks. Sell the farm for McVay's quarterback in 2022. How can we get Lance? I mean, it's not going to be easy, but Lance is likely going to be a top 15 pick. So I'm not trying to get your hopes up. I'm trying to explain to you if Deshaun Watson is a possibility, if what Stephen A. Smith said about the Rams going out and making a play for Deshaun Watson is real, then that means that they want to upgrade the quarterback position. And if they want to do that, then I wouldn't mind trading up and getting Trey Lance. Getting in the top 15 won't be easy. And honestly, he's not even guaranteed to go top 15. He could go top 10. He could go top 5. I mean, I think he's a phenomenal talent. So at the end of the day, that's kind of where I'm at on that. Appreciate you, Andy. Thanks for the donation, my man. Let's see. And going back to what CJ Barber said, regardless of our quarterback, McVay gives us a chance, trust. I totally agree with you there because McVay, anytime McVay is literally, if he is part of your team, you have a chance to win. It's that simple. So that's where I'm at on that. Goff to Indy for a second and third round pick. Use the picks to trade up to get for Lance. Win-win. Goff gets fresh start. McVay gets his own guy. Andy, I absolutely agree with you, and I think that would be huge. To be honest with you, I would love that. I think if I think Goff in Indy with Frank Reich could be huge. I also think Trey Lance in McVay's system would be great. That mobility would really keep plays alive. I mean, it's like watching Wolford, except you have a guy that's built. He's huge, so you're not worried about him, getting hit hard and then being knocked out, and he's somebody again like you have like Wolford looks fast, but I think he's quicker than fast. Like I think Trey Lance is fast. Um, so I don't know. I definitely agree with you there. I've talked myself into Trey Lance. I know no one was talking about him in Rams Twitter and Rams social media, what have you, Rams YouTube, but here we are. I'm willing to stick the flagpole on that and claim Trey Lance is my guy. Although he's been my guy since last year, but my guy for the Rams. I love Trey Lance's mechanics. I absolutely love them. I think Trey Lance he has the total package, and I think he's ultimately not going to go, top 2 simply because he didn't play in a Power 5, on a Power 5 team. What about Trubisky? Trubisky, I don't know if he's an upgrade over Goff, so I don't know if they would go that route. What's up, Ayok? I've been good. How are you? Finally, Jake, remember I kept on talking about drafting Trey Lance. Blake, I don't actually remember, but to be fair, we've had like 8,000 comments over the last like 4 days. So, I'm not going to say you didn't. But yeah. Lance and Wilson are going to be great quarterbacks. I think they'd be great in a McVay system. Absolutely. I actually seen Lance in person. That guy is huge. He is built. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, he looks the part. He definitely does. I mean, I'm not saying he is Cam Newton, but he, you know, let's see. Who's terrible? Thanks, Rams House. Appreciate you. What's up? I love Minshew. I wouldn't mind Minshew. I think Minshew would be an upgrade. Keep in mind, on this channel, I know I've been doing a lot of Ram stuff, but I did a Minshew is the most underrated quarterback in the NFL video, and I broke it down. Jake, what about this Rams trade Goff for picks and get Zach Wilson? I mean, I would not mind it. I really like Zach Wilson. I prefer Trey Lance, but Zach Wilson is probably third for me, and Justin Fields is fourth. Trey Lance is supposed to go in the top 15. He'll probably go top 10, so you'd have to get in the top 10. So, I mean, let's pull it up, right? Let's look at the draft order. That's how we're going to do this. So you have the Jacksonville Jaguars. They're going to take Lawrence. The Jets, I don't really know where they're going to go with that. They could take Fields. They could take Lance. They could take Wilson, or they could take Penei Sewell, or they could trade out, or they could take a receiver. Miami at 3. They could take a quarterback and trade Tua. So you could have Fields, Lance, all of those guys, or they could take a receiver. Atlanta could take a quarterback. Cincinnati won't. Philadelphia won't. Detroit could. Carolina could. Denver could. Dallas could, depending on the whole Dak Prescott thing. The Giants could. The Niners definitely could. I expect the Niners to do that. The Chargers, no. Vikings, yes. Patriots, yes. Cardinals, no. Raiders, yes. And then Miami again. So those 18 picks there, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So arguably 13 teams in the top 18 could take a quarterback. So that's interesting. Washington is picking 19th. They would also take a quarterback, I think. So yeah, it's not easy. I mean, you're going to have to trade Goff to get the pieces to trade up. Would I take Trey over John? As in Wolford? I love myself some John Wolford. I love John, but I would take Trey. I would take Trey Lance over everyone on the roster right now at quarterback. Why did people like Goff so much out of college anyway? Okay, I actually can't attest to that because I was a huge Wentz fan, and Goff to me seemed like another Sam Bradford. So I don't know why people loved him so much out of college. He was still QB2 for me, but I also liked Paxton Lynch, so I don't know. That draft was kind of a wash. Yeah. Jets are 100% trading out. I could see it. I think Trey Lance should sit for a year. So if Trey Lance sits for a year, I think you could probably start. Well, in order to get Trey Lance, you have to trade Goff. So you could probably start Wolford and kind of the same play style. You could have Lance wait, kind of like how they did with Case Keenum. Although I think John Wolford's better than Case Keenum. So, I mean, that would be interesting. You do that, and yeah, I honestly, that might be the way to do it. Start John Wolford and then have, ease Trey Lance into it. Make Trey Lance your future. That's my thing, Mike. I think if you put Trey Lance with Sean McVay, you're just gonna get some great things out of that. Football fans, what do you think? Okay, Lance needs to get better with accuracy. I mean, I think he's a pretty accurate quarterback, to be honest with you. He has some, as far as watching the film, what I do is when I'm watching it, I will cut up certain like clips, like I did. I showed it to you earlier. I'll cut up highlights and I will literally go, this is good, this is bad. And I have like folders that I put them in, and then I label them like uh good throw off platform, poor decision, all of that. And I had so many good clips for Trey Lance, and I had so few poor clips for Trey Lance. He's not perfect, and that's not what I'm trying to say. Um, but that's kind of where I'm at this point. I'm a really big fan of his game. Taylor Heineke, he played pretty well in the playoffs. Haskins, I like Haskins. He was my number 2 quarterback in that draft. I still feel like Washington bailed on him too quickly. Personally, that's just me. Haskins run, y'all don't answer the phone. All right. Here's something interesting for you guys. I want to know if you guys would be interested in doing a call in. So, if you guys would be interested in calling into the show, the live stream. You guys let me know because I'm considering it. Where do you get college film to watch? So I have a guy that I get it from. And yeah, it's I'll leave it at that. I mean, it's hard to get. You have to know people. You guys down? So so what it would be, it would be like a Google chat, I think. So it would be like you could hear like the audio. So it would be like an audio call in. You think that'd be fun? If I just brought people on, you call into a thing and we talk a little bit. Okay, you guys are interested. I'll try to make that happen. Yeah, I mean, I was considering doing it now, but I don't have everything set up, so I could look more into that and then get back to you guys. But yeah, I'm trying to build a pretty awesome stream and you know trying. We'll see. But hey, I mean, people keep donating to me, and you guys keep complimenting, the HUD on my screen. So that's where we're at right now. Okay, so it looks like a lot of people are down. So yeah, I mean, I'm definitely gonna try to figure out how to do that. And to be honest with you, I'm learning as I go. So you'll start to notice things that I will add to my repertoire, what have you. Um, but I mean, I don't know. You know what I mean. It's like I just kind of go as I go. So like the call in on Discord, maybe Discus. Everyone gets 2 minutes. I would, but I would frick up and say something stupid. Well, I'd keep it simple. So if I brought you on, I'd ask you a question, you would answer it, and then I would, reply back, and then you would answer it again. Downgrading? Who's downgrading? Oh, Mac Jones. I'm not really a big Mac Jones fan to be a franchise quarterback. I would take him in maybe the fourth round, but I wouldn't take him in the second, and that's where I think he's going to go. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think it makes sense to get Minshew. Yeah, I keep trying. I'm just trying to grow this channel. Oh, by the way, I haven't said anything because this whole, the HUD is going on. But if you like what you're seeing right now, be sure to subscribe. Also, people that already did it are probably annoyed that I'm saying this, but if you haven't already, I'm giving away a $50 Amazon gift card. So you can enter that by subscribing to this channel, subscribing to the AJ Show, and then following the Twitter, the Twitter ats below. Just two of them, JK Bogan DTSN and the AJ Show. I won't make you follow Downtown Rams or DT Sports Network, but I would appreciate if you did. Downtown Sports Network is an LLC founded by me. I am the CEO of Downtown Sports Network. Downtown Rams as well. I run a podcast with Alexis Kraft. Many of you know that, but I'm just throwing it out there. Be sure to check that out. Also, let me get a for a show of hands. What would you guys think if I started repackaging interviews on this channel? So say like put not highlights because I don't want to get demonetized, but like I don't know, like still frame pictures and then like doing an interview. Because Alexis and I have actually done interviews with Kurt Warner, Isaac Bruce, Dick Vermeil. We've had all sorts of players and coaches. So let me know if you guys would be interested in that, and I will consider repackaging the interviews and re-releasing them on here because they're on Downtown Rams, like the podcast. You can go and find them, but I almost feel like they'd be more accessible if they were on here. So if you guys are interested in that, let me know. Um, what's up, Jam? How we doing? Drizzy, that's an interesting take. I don't think that's the case because I don't think it wouldn't be reported right now. Kellen Jones, how do you feel about Ellinger and Book? Ellinger, I don't know. Those guys to me, like Book, kind of shows promise at times, but he struggles with pocket presence. Um, but yeah, I definitely, I wouldn't be cool with them as a starter. I would need to develop them. They need to give Perkins a real good look because he's what they need. I love Perkins. I've said it. Outside of the four guys, Jared Goff, John Wolford, and Bryce Perkins are better than any of the prospects after those four guys. Oh, again, CJ, appreciate you. Love from St. Louis, miss going to the games. I hear you. If you didn't know, you might already know, but Alexis Kraft, my co-host, she lives in St. Louis as well. So, yeah, I definitely hear you there. And just so you know I have like LA Lakers on. I'm never trying to alienate anybody. I'm honestly gonna wear all sorts of sports gear. I'm probably just gonna wear jerseys every night because that's just how I feel. I don't just wear jerseys as like my my clothing, but I feel like for the stream they pop, so you know. Oh, by the way, who do you guys think this jersey is? Need John Ross? I wouldn't say we need John Ross, but I think he'd help. I'm really interested to see who everyone thinks this jersey is. I bet you can't guess. We're doing this again. This is the Mamba jersey too. It's not Kobe. Oh, it's Tavon Austin all over again with John Ross. No, I don't have a black Dennis jersey. I get two Schroeder guesses. Kobe. Since quarantine working from home, I've only worn sports gear. I hear you. You know what? There's nothing easier than just throwing on a hockey sweater. Nothing. Like, I have all sorts of them. Kobe, Caldwell Pope, Kuzma, Caruso, Josh Rosen for Blake Bortles. That's a Gasol jersey. It's definitely Alex Caruso, Brandon Ingram. I don't think you'll ever guess it, to be honest with you. Jeremy Lin. Wow, that's a throwback. Yeah, I go back and forth. I have the Rams helmet, so I feel like I gotta rep the Lakers. But don't worry, I'm gonna get some hockey stuff on as well. I'll make you guys guess. Most of you don't even watch hockey probably, so you're like, the hell's this? Andre Ingram, Rondo, Costas. Can we get Costas some playing time? I really like him. Higby for an early second or first. I don't think you're going to get that. Plus, I actually like Higby. Exile, I'd keep Higby. Oh, Ayok got it. There we go. Nice. I don't know how I'm going to do this, but Talon Horton Tucker. That's my boy. THT. Alfonso McKinney. There we go. I should have taken this off. I got tangled because I have all sorts of cords here. I got tangled on my stream deck, and it was almost really bad. Like I said, I didn't want to fall on camera, but Ayok got it. I love THT. Give THT 30 minutes a game, and he'll be an all-star. No doubt. Gail Goodrich. Someone guessed that yesterday. All right, so we'll see. Do I wear a Lakers jersey tomorrow, or do I wear an NHL sweater? That'll be an interesting one. We'll see. All right. We're straying away from it. We're not really losing any viewers, so I appreciate y'all. But let's get back to the topic at hand. So, yeah, we're talking quarterbacks. We spent a lot of time on Trey Lance. We talked about Jared Goff, obviously. John Wolford, Bryce Perkins always gets mentioned. Now with Stafford, we talked about him. My NHL team is okay, so I have 3, but I have one that I love, and then I have another one that I really like, and then I have one that I have a soft spot for. So I love Vegas. I really like Edmonton, and I have a soft spot for the Devils. How to get into sports writing? I dropped out of college and I started Downtown Rams. That's a legitimate true story. I hit rock bottom. Like I went to community college and I was doing well, and I went through like a breakup or whatever, and just got all like depressed and stuff, and wasn't paying attention in class, and just didn't care anymore, and so I dropped out, and was sleeping on my couch or my futon, which was broken in half, by the way. Was sleeping on my futon until about 3 p.m. every day, jobless, had no education or anything like that. Then eventually I got a job, and I had already started Downtown Rams, and then Rams Wire actually picked me up, me and my cousin up, and we basically, yeah, that's what happened. I left Rams Wire, and Downtown Rams started taking off a little bit, and ever since then, just I love this. It's always been my passion. I just didn't know how easy it was to get into. I didn't know how easy it was. All you have to do is at least ask. If you're afraid of interviewing people, then if you're afraid of the word no, you won't go anywhere in life. So that's really what I did. But yeah, I'm super open about my background. I'm not saying like I went through like a serious time or anything like that. I just got depressed and slacked off, and ended up dropping out, and it totally felt like rock bottom, but here we are. Damn, I remember the Rams Wire days. Yeah, I mean, Rams Wire's still there. But I used to, yeah, I mean, I used to obviously be there, and I wrote about 100 articles, and then I moved on. Yeah, Blaine is actually Blaine Grisak is taking over. He's taking over Downtown Rams, the writing portion. I mentioned it last podcast. I don't know if you guys saw. I'm focusing more on video and audio. So obviously podcasting and live streaming and things along that nature. So you get more of me. Yay. Assuming you guys like me. I'm assuming you do. Although 4 people decided to stop watching as soon as I said that. Tell the truth, less stress. Absolutely. Hey, I haven't scratched the surface yet on what I can do, what I know I can do. I'm gonna need your help, of course, to continue to support me, obviously. But like I said, haven't even scratched the surface yet. You guys have no idea what's coming for draft season. I go all out, and if you didn't know me in 2016 when I started Downtown Rams, then you probably missed the whole George Kittle, Chris Godwin, fanatic. I went crazy with all of that, and yeah, I mean, I'm really into the draft, and I've been in the Senior Bowl 3 times, credentialed and everything. Had all sorts of interviews. I sat down with Joseph Noteboom at the Senior Bowl. We grabbed a table at the Senior Bowl on Media Day, and I got to know him a little bit. Same thing with Isaiah Wynn, who the Rams traded their pick to get Brandon Cooks. The Patriots actually ended up taking Isaiah Wynn with their pick. I'm not a big fan of the hot take artists. I have hot takes, but the thing is, I know I have analysis, and I have a humble opinion, and I'm gonna give you real. I'm not gonna give you fake. I'm gonna give you as real as it gets. So, as I lose my voice, that is the only thing that can hold me back. I don't know how long this voice is gonna hold. Long term. I always lose my voice on podcasts and stuff like that. Probably have some vocal cord issue. But you guys listen to me anyway, and we get a Candid Dry out of it, right? Just letting you know, this podcast is unofficially sponsored by Candid Dry. And yeah. I just said podcast. This is not a podcast. Scratch that. No, this is live stream. This is its own thing. All right, let's go back. There's been a lot of comments. I was just kind of, going off on a tangent there. That's inspirational, man. I want to start writing as well. You should, CJ. And if you're interested in writing about the Rams, um, check us out at Downtown Rams. We're looking for people to write breaking news articles. We got a bunch of analysis, rather analysts, but we need people to write some breaking news articles, be on top of the news, all that stuff. I don't really write anymore, so that's now Blaine is taking over, so I wouldn't be in charge. I wouldn't be your editor. Blaine Grisak wouldn't. He's great. Yeah, I wasn't a fan of Cup returning punts. Goff second and a third for a second pick. You're not getting a second pick for that, but a second and a third could help you get up in the top 10 if you package a bunch of picks. Was it with Ramswire where you wrote the alternate future where Fisher may never say Austin Davis? Oh my God, you remember that? The alternate universe when the Rams didn't get rid of Austin Davis? Wow. Ayak, that is a throwback. That you probably remember when I made a April Fool's article about Abramovich, who like owns he owns I think the Manchester United team, and I made an April Fool's article that he not only bought the Rams, but he moved them to London. And there was actually people that believed me, and I had to retract. I had to retract that because it was all April Fools. Hey Jake, I would get Mark Ingram, Creed Humphrey, Walker Little, Tamorian Terry, Trey Lance, get a linebacker, corner, Trey Goff for a first and a third, and consider John Ross for jet sweep fun. Brandon, that's a lot, and honestly, that sounds pretty good on the surface. So I'll have to, jot that down because I think it's not a bad plan. If you can make that happen, not a bad plan. Look at Jake, man, so inspirational. Thank you, Luis. Appreciate it. Tell the truth, less stress. I literally just went over that. What if we wait for DJ? I don't know how to say his name. Ugalele? I know who it is. I mean, I thought he was phenomenal, honestly. I was watching his high school film and kid can ball. Clemson's in good hands with him. Jake QB1. I'm QB1. Thank you. Rams can't let the Niners get Watson. Agree. Brandon Barnes, we don't pick till pick 57 and have 17 free agents with no cap. Almost everything you said is nearly impossible, but one can wish. Yeah, you never know. Retaining JJ at safety is a must. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know if that's going to happen, but I'd love to have him back if possible. Just okay. Brandon Barnes, we already drafted 2 safeties to replace JJ. Floyd or Williams will be the top priority. Williams is good. I mean, he's not going anywhere. I can tell you that right now. They're not going to let Darius Williams go anywhere. We can replace Leonard Floyd, hopefully. I have a frog in my throat. It's annoying. Will you do a Rams mock draft later on? Absolutely. I will be doing a Rams mock draft. We'll make a stream out of it. I'll do a mock draft. I'll have graphics and stuff, put it up. We'll have some fun. Don't worry. Just get a small loan of $1 million. Gee, who's that about? Webster is terrible. Anything is possible with McSneed. Goff has been heavily attacked. Recently, I doubt any NFL team wants his services. Hey, you never know. Anthony Hayes, it's not easy to replace 10.5 sacks these days without paying top dollar. Nor is it easy to replace his ability to set the edge. You talk about a guy that maybe is the best in the league at it, does a really great job against the run. That cannot go unnoticed. Terrell Lewis played well in games he played injured most of the time. Yeah, that's the problem. That is a problem. He is going to be injured a lot of the time. He's very injury prone. It's my biggest issue with him. Do you think Aaron Donald will win Defense Player of the Year? I do. Plot twist, they will start Akers at quarterback. Nice. Simba Webster isn't even a bronze tier caliber. Man, you guys dogging on my guy. We had Simba Webster on the show. He's a good dude. Goff fans need to understand the Rams can't let division rivals San Fran get Watson. Christian, I think I already answered your question, but yeah, I'll be doing a Rams mock draft. Don't worry. I mean, most of the time, it's like Rams mock draft annoys people because I do so much of it. So I'm definitely gonna have it. Don't you worry. Candidate dry merch. That's funny. Maybe we can turn my my JK Bogan logo into my JE logo into a candidate dry logo. I don't know. I don't want to get hit with a copyright or whatever or trademark. I don't know. Um, I'd rather not replace Floyd, but I'd rather have JJ instead. Let's see. Good mention, Josh, on the cap floor. Could be your heating system making you do that. Heating system? Are you talking about like my throat? I don't know. It's really hot in my office. Really hot. That's no, all right. We figured it out. It's how hot it is. I'm gonna roll up the sleeves. Hopefully, get some air. Whew. Should probably open the door. Um, Ryan Lee won today. It was announced. Who's that? All right, I gotta go. Have a good night and a good stream. Thanks, McCoy. Appreciate you. You should make this live stream as a group chat stream. What's a group chat stream? I remember that too. Oh, are you saying get the stream, get the group chat on the stream? I could probably do that. I think having too many graphics though might slow down my CPU. I'm a little worried about that. Like right now I'm using 86% of it. It's a lot, in case you didn't know. All right. Let's see if that does anything. Yeah, I've just been monitoring my. By the way, if you guys ever want to stream, I recommend one of these things. Pretty awesome. Stream Deck. You can assign actions to all different buttons and everything. Like I have a CPU monitor, so I have right now 60, 70. It's fluctuating, but I have 63% of my CPU is being taken up right now by Streamlabs. So yeah, I'm actually not sure if all of you would be interested, but I've considered getting a capture card. I have a PS5. I'd consider I'm considering it. I don't know if I'll do it, but I'm considering like streaming like gaming on like Twitch or something. I've done it before, but I only get like 5 viewers. Like I'm not on very much, but getting a legit capture card quality would be better. I don't know. You guys let me know if you'd be interested in that. You can follow me on Twitch at JK Bogan, but I don't make a huge deal about it because I'm never on it. I remember that too. The Abramovich thing. What's good, Lionel? Uh well, okay, so Aaron Donald won Defensive Player of the Year for Pro Football Writers of America, but he didn't win the AP, and the AP is what you need to win in order to win the actual award for the NFL. Could we get John Ross? Wow, everyone's talking about John Ross now. I mean, he's going to be available. Here's a receiver that I'm interested in. I've said it before on this stream. Not this particular one, but I would say the 49er. What's his face? Kendrick Bourne. Floyd is replaceable. Anyone shines next to Aaron Donald, Jared Goff. Goff played decent in the playoffs, could help with moving him. That's true. And trade Goff for Josh Adams on the Jets? CJ, what? Josh Adams is a replacement level player. Can they cut Jared Goff? I wouldn't cut him. Who's winning the division next season? I think the Rams win the division next season. Buy out. I don't think they can buy him out. It's a little different in the NFL. You the man, my guy, Mob Squad. Appreciate you, Master More Die. Do you think Elijah Molden will be a good pickup in the draft? I don't know who Elijah Molden is, but like I've said, I have a lot of work to do. I'm going to be doing it, and then 2 months, I'll know all the prospects that you guys mentioned. Saw a video from Jimmy Kimmel the other day. It was 2018. Jared Goff, we want to go home. Put those guns away. I promise you, I won't come out here wearing a tank top. I just don't think that's very appealing on screen, even if I could pull it off. At least we have a future kicker. Yeah, you watching Nets versus Cavs? No, we have a TV here, but we have some setting up to do for sure. And by setting up, I mean we gotta get the cobwebs out of the TV. Literally, there's webs inside our TV projector. We just put the 60-inch in our office, but it's an older TV, so that's why. Do you think McVay will use more Wolford like Sean Payton uses Taysom? That's an interesting. I could see it. I'm not going to say it can't happen. I could definitely see it. Got to have some faith. It's a MacBook Pro AX. It's the Touch Bar, which unfortunately, because it's the Touch Bar, it's the 2017 model. If it was the 2016 model, I could upgrade my RAM, but because it's not the 2016, it's 2017, I can't upgrade my RAM. So I'm considering buying a new one, and I'll be saving up all the YouTube monetized revenue that I get for potentially getting a new laptop. On stream or a video? I don't know what that means. Master More Die, thank you. You're a boss. I know you talked about it already. Even given the scenarios, how likely is the Deshaun Watson trade to the Rams possible? So I'm not gonna say it's like 100% guaranteed or anything like that. Right now, I probably say 10%, 15% Deshaun Watson becomes a Ram. I do think that if anybody is going to, give up those picks, it's going to be the Rams. The thing is, today it came out that they want 3 first-round picks, or that's what would be the starting point. The Rams don't have a first-round pick this year, so that would make it hard. So they'd have to acquire that via trading Goff somewhere else. But everyone focuses on trading Jared Goff for Deshaun Watson, but they don't really think about the fact if you trade Jared Goff for other picks, or you trade him for another quarterback, you could package him for Deshaun Watson or package that for Deshaun Watson. So there's ways you could play chess, not checkers, and you might be able to get him. I gotta say, since I'm seeing like some net stuff here, I did not like how they traded away Karis LeVert. I get you were getting James Harden, but I don't know. I didn't like it. I also didn't like the way they traded Kenny Atkinson, and I don't like Kyrie Irving. Not trying to crap all over the Nets for Nets fans in here, but I'm just saying I didn't like that. Alex Dickerson, Creed Humphrey, and Jason Oweh. I love Creed Humphrey. So that's definitely a guy that I'm looking at. Also, let this go on the record. I absolutely love Dylan Moses, the linebacker from Alabama. I love him. Put him on the Rams now. Do you ever collab with Rams Talk? Seems like he has good content. Yeah, Lionel, I actually was on Rams Talk for I want to say the bye week show. Went really well. He's a good dude. What's up, P Train? Yeah, it's funny. So you're my latest losing my voice again. You're my latest subscriber. But I've actually had other subscribers since, but your name is still up there and it does not update. So congrats. P Train is up there and is just etched in stone at this point. Appreciate you. There's so much here. Guys, I love the engagement. The content's awesome. Yeah, Kyrie's a weirdo. I've been a Rams fan my whole life since I can remember. Yeah, so I love Dylan Moses. I saw a video of his when he was in high school, and they were talking him up to be like the next Michael Jordan, but football. And I was like, all right, that's a little ridiculous, but like I just kind of fell in love with his game. I love the athleticism. I'm a big fan of his. I can't wait to watch more film on him. But I watched him, because I watch Alabama, and he's fun. It does feel that way. Dylan Moses should 100% be a first rounder, but if he falls in the second round, the Rams ought to give that a chance. We'll just say that. Let's see. Oh, Madden rebuild. That would be fun. I don't play Madden that much. The games I rock with, and anybody can add me, by the way. I'll drop my PSN if anybody has a PlayStation. Actually, I can't. For whatever reason, it's not letting me sign in. Okay. Yeah, so my PSN is D4 underscore W34P0N13. If anybody's interested in playing me in, I don't know, what do I even play? Watchdog, oh, no, yeah, I play Watch Dogs 2, Cyberpunk 2077, which is awesome, by the way. Um, Call of Duty, Madden, NHL. Yeah, I have a lot of games. I tried to get into Elder Scrolls Online, and when I was getting into it, it was I don't know. I don't really play games that much anymore. Like pretty much my day is I work 8 to 4:30 selling window shades for a living. And then after that, I focus on, building what I'm going to do, like my content, finding different analysis and, watching all sorts of film, getting ready for, later on at the office. And then I come here to the office that we have, and that's pretty much what I do. I come here, I do live streams, and I record video, although it does seem like I'm slacking in the video department, but mainly because I've focused on live streams since we have such great engagement. I mean, the fact we're over 100 people right now is pretty crazy. There wasn't like breaking news or anything. We're still over 100, so it's pretty awesome. Hey Jake, what do you think about trading Goff for Jameis Winston? Just a random thought. Well, Brandon, Jameis is actually going to be a free agent. I love him, so I mean, I'd sign Jameis Winston. I'm definitely a fan of his. I just don't think he'll be available. I think the Saints are going to keep him. So with the turnovers, hear me out when I say this. I totally get, people worrying about Jameis Winston's 30 turnovers, but he also had 33 touchdowns. He led the league in passing. He had LASIK eye surgery, so, he fixed his issue with his eyes. And on top of that, he was playing in Bruce Arians' offense where it's like no risk it, no biscuit mentality. So, you're more prone to throwing interceptions in his offense. And until Tom Brady, here are the quarterbacks that basically had their career high in interceptions when in his offense, the first year of his offense. Ready for this? Jameis Winston, Andrew Luck, and Carson Palmer. So 3 out of his 4 or 5 quarterbacks, including, if you're including Ben Roethlisberger, had that. I don't know if Winston's better than Goff, but I definitely like Winston a lot. Appreciate you, Heated Debate Sports Talk. Thank you for the sub. Guys, I'm really bummed because when people sub, there should be an alert and it's not coming up. And like I said, I'm still learning Streamlabs, but I'm annoyed it's not coming up. It should say your name up top when you subscribe. Hey Jake, do you think it's possible we can give Jared Goff to Jacksonville for Lawrence? Just a thought. Yeah, Jacksonville won't do that. They're sold on Lawrence. I think Matthew Stafford in Sean McVay's system would be crazy, but I just worry about the health and the fact he's 33, whereas Goff is 26 and doesn't really get hurt that much. I mean, Ole Miss, I was a huge fan. I haven't watched anybody this year, although I saw an Ole Miss tape versus Brady White, but I was just so focused on Brady White and like scouting him that I didn't really look at Ole Miss. What I'll say is that they had guys like DeMarcus Lodge and AJ Brown and DK Metcalf and Dawson Knox, and I love Jordan Ta'amu. That is what I think of when I hear Ole Miss. I think of those guys. And Jordan Ta'amu, I think he's with the Chiefs now. I loved him for the Battlehawks. I'm hoping the XFL comes back strong. I'm actually a St. Louis fan, if anybody is wondering what team I was rocking. I also covered St. Louis for another website, so yeah. If XFL comes back, I will gladly do XFL content on here. I have no issue with that at all. Elijah Moore, huh? Yeah, I'll check him out. Let's see. Just DM'd DTR about breaking news position. I appreciate the looks, big guy. Absolutely, CJ. Yeah, if anybody's interested, in writing, be sure to DM. I can't even talk. Be sure to DM at Downtown Rams on Twitter. We're looking for breaking news writing positions. Simply put, all you have to do is you write articles based on breaking news. That's it. We have all our analysis and everything all picked out and everything. Maybe we could add somebody, but for the most part, we're focused on adding breaking news type of guys. So, just a thought. If anyone's interested, Najee Harris, he's a stud. I don't know if he'll be my RB1. He could. What I will say is that I really like Kenneth Gainwell out of Memphis. And I'm a sucker for Memphis guys, to be honest with you. Love Daryl Henderson. Loved Antonio Gibson. Really like Patrick Taylor. He didn't really get an opportunity, but I like Patrick Taylor. They have all sorts of guys. We actually, funny story, Alexis and I interviewed Anthony Jones Jr., who is the running backs coach at Memphis. Jake McQuaid, Johnny Munt, John Johnson, Tender D. Will. I'd bring Traven Howard back. I don't think Malcolm Brown's coming back from what I'm seeing. I do not think that. At this point, you guys are steering this right now. I'm just here for the ride. I do want to say if you guys like the NFL, you guys like me, I I will be doing a live show. As you all know, I do live shows all the time, but a legit show. Adam Grego, aka Adam Steele, and I. Um, that's why we have this whole office, this whole office setting. We're gonna be doing a show 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern time every Saturday. So be sure to tune into that if you're interested in that. Yes, I like Tony Pollard as well from Memphis. Um, Also, if you can, subscribe to the AJ Show. We're trying to get to 400 subs, and I don't know where we're at right now, but I'm gonna find out. Hope everyone's, what is this, Wednesday? Yeah, hope everyone's Wednesday is going well. Hope everyone's getting a nice start. Tackle Thursday. Yeah, we're at 377 377 subs on the AJ Show. So if you guys could go and sub that, would be much appreciated. I'll drop the link. But yeah, I ultimately let's see. Got 3 dislikes. There we go. My dislike quota is going up. Be sure to sub. And be sure to enter that $50 Amazon gift card giveaway. I also follow back on Twitter at JKBogan. Well, you guys see it. You guys see all those. See, I'm already going over. I'm getting people following me on Twitter, and I'm following you right back. It is weird when people don't follow others back. I don't know. I guess teach their own, but you know what's funny though? I was literally I was watching I have this old channel. It's JK Bogan 15, you can find it. And I found it by accident and I didn't even know it was still up, and it had all of like my old videos with like a just a wall in the back and a broken futon that I was sitting on, talking on a really bad microphone, and it just made me realize how far I've come just to even have this setup, because before it was like yikes. Plus that computer was just straight garbage, and now this one's pretty nice. I became a Rams fan because my dad, who grew up next to Jim Youngblood, was Rams fan. To answer your question, I think Traven is legit. Okay, I really think Traven's the best linebacker on the roster. Maybe him or Troy Reader. But I really like Traven Howard. I like his background as a defensive back at TCU. Yeah, don't sleep on him. Yes, he is. Trey Lance is awesome progressing through his reads. He's not a slow processor, unlike some people. I don't know Sam Howell. Damn it. I can't wait until I know these people. I can't wait until I can actually respond to your comment. I feel bad. I like Drew Lock. Okay, so hear me out why I like Drew Lock. So Drew Lock, I think, was in for a good year. He lost his number one receiver, and then he got a shoulder injury that really, I think, got re-aggravated when he came back too early. He got it week 2, and I don't think he was healthy really at any point during the season. So you give him another year, I think, with his weapon back and Cortland Sutton, having Jerry Jeudy under a year, KJ Hamler, Tim Patrick, Albert O. and Noah Fant. There's no excuse for him not to have a good year next year, you know? Trey Edmonds. I don't know if I would pick him up, but all right. Hmm. Interesting. Thanks, William. Yeah, I'm a big Traven Howard fan. He had it was either a torn Achilles or a torn ACL. Really unfortunate. They really like him. Thanks, Nick. Appreciate you. I gotta go soon too. I gotta make that Trey Lance video I was gonna make in the Brady White one. Oh, is this becoming a Rams channel? I mean, I'm trying so hard to be objective, but the majority of my subscriber base is Rams fans. It's hard. I mean, if you want to talk NFL, I can talk NFL at any point. Juju Hughes, I like him. He's a solid developmental defensive back. Any chance of us getting Justin Fields, you'd have to probably trade in the top 3. So it's a little harder, I would think. But, I mean, there's a chance, yeah. Arch Manning, yes. Arch Manning, I saw one game of his, and I'm like, oh my God. And people freak out about Trevor Lawrence. He might already be Trevor Lawrence in high school. I know you do. I know. You all like the Rams stuff. I'm not hating. I love the Rams too. It's just, it's hard for me to kind of figure out where we're going with this channel. I'm just kind of, riding the wave and letting you guys steer me. Yeah, I think he's number 49. No, 49 is Derek Rivers, who's a free agent, who I would definitely not mind bringing back. Do I think Higbee gets traded? No, but that's an interesting thing to keep in mind. Havenstein, yes. I do think Havenstein gets traded. All right, question for you guys. Drop below if you have any suggestions for the stream to make it better. I'm all ears. I agree with you, Brandon. I mean, I'm faithful that Jared Goff he did what he did, but I mean he hasn't lived up to that lately. In the last 2 years, I'm not twerking. That's not happening. Ooh, music in the background. I mean, it'd have to be like really soft. Get some honeys. It would have to be like really soft music. Like I'm big into like rock and roll and like metal and like screamo, and I don't know. I also I like select pop music and very select rap. But at the end of the day, I don't think I'd be able to use. I wouldn't be able to use most of that music anyway. I'd get shut down. So we'd have to do like a instrumental, maybe EDM, very 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 quiet. But I could get music in the background. Co-host, okay. Get some honeys. Rep the squad in your background. The squad. I got the helmet. What more do I need? Pastors is in charge. Polls? Okay. All right, now we're cooking with gas. Is there a way to make polls in the chat? Um, hmm. I do think a lot of it is mental with Goff. Beethoven. I'm sure there's still probably a copyright with that. People are so money hungry, man. I would not put it past them to hit me with a copyright if I use Beethoven. I like Jordan Fuller a lot. You keep following me. I keep following back. Oh, if anybody likes the Golden Knights, Shea Theodore just scored, assisted by Alec Martinez, former King, so a lot of you probably know him, and Alex Tuck. 1-0 over the Coyotes. And then the Hawks just beat the Pistons in OT. Trae Young with the dagger. I love alerts. You can I make polls on let's see here. I make polls on the post section, but I didn't get a ton of I got a decent amount. I don't know. I've made polls before. I thought you meant in the chat. I don't think there's a way to make it in chat. Yeah. No, I hear you. I would say some music, maybe brighten up your background, but it's tough. I have my lights like straight here. I don't know why it doesn't look so bright. It's pretty bright for me. I look up and it's like heaven. You can on Twitch. I don't know about here. Yeah, I'm going to stick to YouTube though. Twitch is not my favorite unless I'm gaming. Okay, Kai Treb, I see you. Why did we hire the 29th pass defense as our D coordinator? Okay, so the reason is because one, you have the familiarity factor. You have a guy that has experience with Tampa 2 and the cover 3 with Dan Quinn. You have a guy that had the biggest turnaround in Tampa Bay Buccaneers history, going from 3-13 to 10-6. You have a guy that has familiarity not only with Sean McVay, but with Evero Ejiro, with Aubrey Pleasant, and with Joe Barry on the defensive coaching side. I just think there's a lot to like with Raheem Morris. Very well respected. We've been on for an hour and 35, and I'm nearly dying. So I think we're going to wrap this thing up. I love y'all so very much. Thank you so much for the donations. I can actually, now I have it in front of me. I can go back and look. CJ Barber, Andy Sanchez, CJ Barber again, Master Mordai. Appreciate you guys so much for donating. Again, I don't beg, but they are appreciated. They do help me out. And I'm never gonna say no to a donation on this stream. I mean, I'm definitely, like I said, I'm building up that cash flow and looking at potentially getting another laptop with more RAM and speeding this stream up and be able to run on super high settings, all that jazz. But we're doing the best we can. Anyway, love y'all. You guys take care. And I'll be back relatively soon, probably as in tomorrow. So take care, folks. Thanks again, as always. It's been fun spending Wednesday night with you guys. We'll spend Thursday night as well. Later.